Hey, I'm Antonio Graceffo, and this is Martial Arts Odyssey. Today we are in Tainan, Taiwan, and we're working on grappling and boxing. As you can see, I am easily the worst grappler on the face of the planet, but boxing I feel a little more comfortable. I've been practicing boxing with this kid, but I'm not going to box with him anymore. You know, I'm trying to help him, but he just goes crazy. He's trying to kill me. Seems swinging like a maniac at me. I'm just trying to pick my shots. When I fight for real or when I'm fighting with competent fighters, my strategy is usually that I only stand about 3 inches, 6 inches, 10 inches away, and I stand and bang. I use a lot of hooks, combinations, keep my opponent on the rope. If you've ever seen a film of any of my actual fights, I usually have the guy on the ropes the whole time pounding. Doesn't mean I always win, though. I don't usually win, but that is my strategy. But anyway, with this kid, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to help him, but at the same time I'm trying to help myself. And what I'm trying to help myself with is to learn to just hang back and just throw a limited number of pinpointed strikes, bop, bop, but really, make them land and count. And of course then I'm holding back because I don't want to hurt him. You see him, he looks like a windmill. His arms are just swinging at me like crazy, and he keeps hitting me in the back of the head. And he's crazy. He's like a crazy man. He's just swinging and swinging and swinging and swinging. And we keep winding up in the clinch, all locked up. And, if this was a real fight, I would just take him down, or I would choke him, or I'd hurt him from that position, or I'd hold him and hit him, but I don't want to do that because we're in a training environment. I'd get him on the ropes and pound him, which we can't do here because there's no ropes. So one really big disadvantage, if you're a trained fighter, you're going to do a lot better in a ring than you will in an open room like this, because he can just keep running until he hits the wall, and then when he hits the wall, I'm not allowed to hit him anymore. You'll notice I take a few cheap shots here and there. It's because I'm really, really, really annoyed. And he's so exhausted he can't even stand up. You have to work your cardio. You have to have good cardio. This kid, with the limited fighting ability that he has, if his cardio was double and he just relaxed and threw maybe 20% of the punches that he's throwing, he would do so much better if he just covered up and moved more and just didn't try and hit me at all. If he didn't try and hit me at all, I think he would actually do better, because he's just exhausting himself. I really lost my cool because of him hitting me in the back of the head and hitting me on the brakes and taking cheap shots and stuff, so I went a little crazy and tried to kill him toward the end there.
Hit me on the brake. Oh, hit me on the brake.
It's been a long time since I've been fighting, since I've been training, so I need to be sparring more. I'm going to be leaving soon for Thailand to spar over there, but I'm making a lot of mistakes, but at the same time I say I'm doing some things right. But, it kills me. This kid's going to cheap shot me in the back of the head and try and kill me, right? But then when he stops and doubles over to breathe, I don't hit him. So that's why one time I hit him. Fight finally ends. The time in the second round didn't actually run out. He just completely ran out of steam and couldn't keep fighting, and so the Jalian called it, and he told me, don't hit him when he's bent over like that. I'm like, why not? There's no rule that says you can't hit a guy when he's bent over like that. He shouldn't be bent over like that. Anyway, I met this judo guy. He's 110 kilos. He's a judo black belt, and he's come out here to learn boxing in Sanda. And he's a really nice guy. I helped him a bit with some punches and kicks and stuff, and then I asked him if he would spar with me. Now, it's hard to get good grappling training in Asia. Most of Asia, there is no grappling at all. Japan and Korea are about the only exceptions. There's not really any grappling in most of Asia. However, they all, most Asian countries anyway, compete in the Olympics, so they will have wrestling and they will have judo. They won't necessarily have jiu-jitsu or MMA, but they'll have judo and wrestling. And so if you can find those teams, those are good guys to train with. But of course it's a traditional art, so it's not exactly like MMA. But for me, I don't have any grappling, wrestling background at all, so for me to learn anything is already good. And this is just a really good guy for me to spar with. And I'll tell you, even if you're not going to learn anything about actually wrestling or grappling or fighting, this is amazing exercise. This is cardio, but it's muscle too. Man, you are really working your muscles hard when you're wrestling like this. You're constantly pushing, pulling, trying to escape, and you're working your cardio. And this guy laying on top of me, I can't breathe. I mean, through most of this, I am absolutely choking for breath. Now, what you'll notice, I'm sure any real grappler is watching this is cringing, going, "Oh my God, Antonio, you're a terrible grappler. You know, you're horrible. I would have submitted you." And I'm sure you would have. You know, I am terrible. The one thing I'm trying to do here is I know that my legs are going to be stronger than his arms, so I keep trying to use my legs to get the choke, and I keep trying to lock his head in, and then sometimes I'll try and lock his head in and go for the arm. But you know, this guy is so big, I can't get my legs around him, I can't get my arms around him, I can't straighten him out to get the arm bar. I showed this video to Master Hisham, and he gave me some pointers, so next week I'm hoping to fight this guy again, and we'll make a second video. At this point, I wound up getting his back. I'm not sure exactly what judo is, to be honest with you. I don't know what judo is compared to jiu-jitsu. I mean, I know jiu-jitsu from MMA, and I know it means ground fighting, and they got the submissions and chokes, and I don't know if judo has all of that. Now, this guy pretty much gave me his back, and I'm going for a choke here, but his neck is so big I can't quite get around it. And he's massively strong and humongous. And I have a habit of trying to get the choke and then rolling the guy over on top of me. It's a common strategy that I use, but I'm not used to dealing with guys that are that much heavier than me. In the Army, in sort of survival hand-to-hand combat type grappling, we were taught to always stick anything into the guy's throat and keep it there, whether it's your fist, your elbow, your head, your chin. Put something in his throat constantly, and then grab with the other hand either the back of the head, back of the neck, and pull him into that choke. It's called a ranger choke. And so while we're grappling, I'm doing stuff like that, but he's just so big it's having almost no effect. And like I said, I can't breathe because he's on top of me, so I'm just getting more and more and more exhausted. A couple of times I saw I probably could have gone for a knee or an ankle, but he's so big. I just thought, man, there's no way I'm going to be able to move his knee or ankle or his leg. Here he's going for some sort of a cross face. He's putting his forearm into my face, so I'm going for his arm, and that didn't really work out for me. It just caused me to get choked out, and then we're choked out.
你是有料的，对不对？所以是judo guy，有料，你是黑带的，他是judo black belt，你几公斤？110 110 kilograms. I'm about 90 kilograms. He's 40 pounds heavier than me. He's big. I don't know anything about wrestling. 来一个外国弟，你叫什么名字？Pambuwe. The thing is, I'm basically a striker. I'm not even a striker, I'm a boxer, but I'm really interested in mixed martial arts, so I learned a little bit in book tour and a little bit in Kuntal. I learned a little ground fighting, but you know, going against a big guy and knows what he's doing, I'm not there yet, but it's alright, we'll try. I'm Antonio Graceffo. We're in Thailand, Taiwan. I just got done wrestling. I'm not any good at it, but we're trying to learn it. Anyway, get in the gym, do your sets, do your reps, do your word work, and please say a prayer for the people of Burma.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.